This is a Pele Media podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to Goonies Minute. Goonies Minute is the fan podcast where we explore the movie Goonies minute by minute. I am Brady.
And this is Chris, and I'm just so excited, jumping around like a worm on a hot plate today. Just so excited that Brady's got his voice back.
Brady's got his voice back.
A little bit earlier today, I didn't think I was going to have my voice, but it is strong. A strong man, just like I am, and just like Brady is. And as we go forward, this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of awkward fun. I like it.
You're the only one that makes it awkward by
That's
saying
true.
it's awkward.
That is very true.
Roll with it. Roll with the minutes.
Roll with it. Let's roll right on into this minute. You ready?
Let's get into the minute.
In the previous minute, we saw the Goonies take off on their adventure, having stalled Brand by tying him to a chair. The minute ended with Brand having freed himself, only to find that his bike tires were now flat. At 25 minutes, Brand sees Data's little sister on her training wheels bike, his only option. At 25 minutes and 14 seconds, Cyndi Lauper's Good Enough begins to fade out as we see the four Goonies riding their bikes through the woods of Astoria. At 25 minutes and 37 seconds, they all come to a stop and pull over on the side of the road. Chunk continues to complain about how hungry he is, and the rest of the gang tell him to shut up. At 25 minutes and 50 seconds, Chunk, Data, and Mouth follow Mikey to the cliffside. Mikey takes out the map and spots the three massive rocks along the beach that represent the first sign that they're on the right track. And thus ends minute 25 of the Goonies. So there's really not a whole lot going on in this minute. There's a lot of kids on bikes, bike riding through the woods. And, we do get one of the more quoted parts of this movie, which is, "I want my bike." Data's little sister stomping around.
Yeah. I thought it was funny. He was just throwing a fit. And again, remember, these are the magic tires.
That's right, $376.
$376. No, 376 lawns cut.
Yeah.
And also the magic tires that deflate. Boy, they were nice tires that they deflate when you take off the cap.
Yeah.
And
within minutes.
You would think, though, even if they were deflated, would that really ruin it? Because nobody actually rode them without, with them deflated. All they did was deflate them. I don't think that would ruin the tires. But I don't think they want us to think that much about it.
I don't think so. And if you look, these kids, every time they're on these bikes, they're going downhill. So he probably wouldn't have had that much of a problem. Now, granted, you need air and rubber tires to get anywhere. But if he had just kind of coasted, it seems like they're constantly going downhill.
Did you catch the part where he says, "Son of a," and you hear beep beep of Data's sister's bike?
Really?
And I know that was on purpose because you know how you beep out.
Yeah.
They beep out dirty words.
I've never thought of that.
I never caught it, in the regular movie until I was listening to the minute or watching the minute, and it was "son of a beep beep." So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. And another thing is, I never paid attention to the fact that Data, his family lives right next door to Mikey. I mean, you see him come over from.
Yeah, I never even thought about it until. And I don't know why we didn't until we saw him hang glide or whatever it's called.
And how could you not have thought that? Do you think this kid just goes into a random house and hang glides, or
because we weren't looking at it at each minute?
That's very true.
And but it's amazing the stuff you catch, and it doesn't matter how many times you watch it.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess there'd be no reason for us to pay attention that closely.
Yeah.
Before, but there's so much more to a movie when you watch it closely.
Minute by minute. Yep.
So much more interesting.
We've got so many movies coming up in this movies by minute format. I mean, it seems like every day you wake up and you look on Facebook or wherever, and there's a new movie being covered, which is awesome. That is so great, and I'm really looking forward to people doing it just for the sake of doing it. It could be a movie that means something to them. It might not be some big commercial film that's going to appeal to a lot of people who want to hear it analyzed like this by idiots like us, but people just doing it to do it.
Right. There's people that are shy. There are people that are interested in certain things, and this provides them with a format. There might be one thing in the world that somebody is comfortable about speaking on a microphone about.
Yeah.
And this might be the one thing that they find, that one movie that could get them in front of a mic and it could take away a little bit of their fear of putting themselves out there. So, that might be an extreme situation, but seriously.
Yeah. No, I can see that.
It could mean a lot to someone that has never had their voice heard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And, it provides a format for that, which is pretty cool.
It's very cool.
But I wanted to get back to Data's sister.
Yeah.
The scream that when she yells, you would think that a scream like that would elicit a response from neighbors, possibly. Yeah.
Possibly. I don't know about Mrs. Walsh. She seems pretty caught up in her own world.
Nobody in that Walsh household, including Rosalita, would have done anything.
Yeah.
Well, you might have had something, but it was a blood-curdling scream. But then she follows it up with, "I want my bike.
Yeah.
I want my bike."
Stomping around.
That's
very funny.
It was pretty cool.
Another thing that I find funny about this minute is Chunk says that if he's not going to make it home, his parents aren't going to let him eat again. So that's like a form of punishment in that household, is you don't let your children eat. So.
Well, yeah, and they say that, but I thought that was really cool. Is after Brant takes off, he finally gets his training wheels bike and he takes off. You see this overhead shot of all the kids driving down the road or riding down the road on their bikes. You hear the Good Enough theme in the background, but then what happens is Mikey's having a conversation with Data, and basically he says, "I have a feeling about this one, guys."
Yeah.
And Data's like, "You always have a feeling about this. You get us in trouble." And Mikey's like, "Data, you're the one that gets us in trouble." 00 negative. And he says, "It's 007. But it's a playful, fun exchange. But one thing that's interesting is when they start talking about trouble, they mention trouble right when the road turns. And right at that point in time, the Good Enough theme fades out and it goes to the Discovery theme.
All at once.
All at once. It's pretty interesting. Right at the turn, right when they mention trouble, Chunk has mentioned trouble. Trouble's the key term there, and the music changes from Good Enough to the Discovery theme. So it's like
slow, dark music.
Okay, and it's maybe not even dark, but just to get us away from the chase, the escape, to back to the Discovery part, and then that's when they're going to look and they're going to see that rock.
I think the Kitty movie has kind of ended at this moment. And it's funny because all of that is happening at once. Now we're getting to a little bit more serious tone, like you're saying, and they're making that turn, and the music's changing, and we're going from
the turn on the road.
Yeah, literally.
And that's got to be on purpose.
Probably. And knowing these filmmakers, I wouldn't be surprised at all. But this is sort of where like the darker edge of this movie kind of kicks in.
Another thing is when they come around the next turn to where they stop their bikes. I don't know if this could have even been done on purpose, because I don't know how you would fake this and not have the real thing happen. But the road is wet, and Mikey almost busts at 41 seconds. I mean, he almost spills, and you could see it slide a little bit, and you can't fake that.
Yeah.
So I think that was pretty interesting.
Collides right into melts.
But when they see that rock, it's cool. I just like the camera work in this, because it's like it pans back up. You had the above shot of the kids riding their bikes. Then when you see that rock, it pans back up, and perfectly at the end of the minute, Mikey's like, "I can't believe that's it. I can't believe it. That's it." So it's cool. It ends perfect. It's like they knew that we were going to break it down right at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, pretty much. That is literally all that I have for this.
Yeah, that's it. I just found a couple things interesting in there that I want to talk about, but that's pretty much all I have.
Your observation about all of that tone changing at one moment is very interesting. I've never noticed that. But I tell you what, if you're done, I guess we can go ahead and wrap up minute number 25.
Yeah, let's just make sure that I don't have anything. And I don't.
All right, there you go.
That's good.
All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining us today, and tune back in tomorrow for Goonies Minute number 26. And until then, I am Brady.
And this is Chris.
And we're here to remind you that Goonies
never say die.
Goonies Minute is a fan-supported podcast. If you like the show, then leave us a review on iTunes. You can find us at GooniesMinute.com, Facebook.com/GooniesMinute, Twitter.com/GooniesMinute, and at Instagram @GooniesMinute. You can contact us at GooniesMinute@gmail.com. You've been listening to a Pele Media podcast. For premium content and exclusive podcasts, visit us at patreon.com/PeleMedia. Check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/PeleMedia and follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/PeleMedia.